He said his speech lays out interventions that will put South Africa on a bold new growth path. But what do ordinary South Africans think of the speech? ENCA's Slindelo Masikane is on the ground and joins me now from Rosebank here in Johannesburg. And so there were a number of announcements there, Slindelo, that I imagine that people must have taken interest in that have to do with how much more they'll be spending on various things, sin taxes, fuel, etc. But I wonder, though, how many people actually had the chance to even watch the speech.
That is the question, Tulas. I must say, I mean, we have been out and about since this morning getting views just before the budget speech, what people were expecting. And of course, it's now been delivered. But it was delivered around 2 o'clock this afternoon. And I think majority of taxpayers are at work between 9 and 5 p.m. So many of the people that I've been trying to get their opinions on are really telling me that, listen, I don't know what to tell you because I didn't actually get a chance to watch it. I'm actually just on my way home now. Possibly I will see it on the news. So, of course, very difficult to gauge. But I do have a couple of residents, Joburg residents here with me. And I did kind of brief them a little bit about what the minister did say. And, of course, I'm joined by this young lady. The minister speaking a lot about our taxpayers' money going into education and into health. Do you think this is a good thing, or do you think more should be done?
Hello, I personally, as a taxpayer, I think it's a very good thing that our money is going more to educational, especially in times that we're living in difficult times. Everyone must get free education. Yeah.
And of course, health as well is going to get a big chunk of the budget. You telling me that you work at a day clinic. What kind of challenges do you see on a daily basis in our clinics and hospitals?
Especially with our clinic, because we get people with no medical aids and they must pay cash upfront. So with this budget, it will help more people to go into government facilities and get free medical, they must get the free medication. It will help a lot. Thank you.
But sin tax, hey, it's going up. Alcohol is going up. Cigarettes are going up. What do you think about that?
As for alcohol, I don't know.
Tulas, let me take you to some young people I'm joined by here today. All right, so the Finance Minister speaking a lot about education being an apex priority. It's going to get a big chunk of the budget. Obviously, NSFAS is going to get some of that money. Do you think this is a good thing? It's going to go towards young people such as yourself.
I honestly do think it's a very good thing. Especially being that it is a high demand that a lot of students do actually want to go to university but find themselves in situations whereby they can't actually afford it. So it would be nice to see more people obviously getting that high tertiary education, preferably free, as promised. So we're looking forward to that.
And of course, you live in the economic hub of the country. We're faced with a lot of e-tolls, and the minister not really mentioning a lot about e-tolls. What do you think needs to happen with e-tolls?
To be very honest, and I'm going to be very honest, as a South African person, a lot of people don't really support the whole e-toll system because it was a pretty vague law, if I may say. So not a lot of people do have a in-depth understanding of why it should be paid and why a lot of people should take part. And I'm one of those people, to be very honest with you.
And the minister mentioning that social grants will be getting a boost as well. So pension funds, pension grants, our elderly will be getting a little bit more money. The child grant will also go up a little bit. Do you support the grant system, and do you think it's enough to support the elderly and the vulnerable and our children?
I'll speak specifically for the elderly, people that have contributed majority to the country. It is good to reciprocate in that kind of way. So the fact that they are being acknowledged and there is some sort of, acknowledgement that, there is a lack of funds in that department is a great thing. On the children's side, I don't know, because a lot of people would state that, the more money it kind of promotes a teenage pregnancy and stuff like that. But again, people are starving out there. More money, the better, to be very honest with you.
All right, thank you so much.
It's an honest pleasure.
All right, that are the views from here at the streets of Rosebank, of course. People quite satisfied with the fact that education is getting quite a big chunk of that budget, and some of that money also going towards health. And so a lot of people really here on the streets are going home, looking forward to actually hearing the speech tonight and seeing some of those things that were said by the Finance Minister to us.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Slindelo, and those views are quite refreshing from those two people that you spoke to, and it shows that they are in tune and sort of connected to the issues that they care about the most. Thank you so much, ENCA's Slindelo.